So my name is Ama Yirrah. I am the founder and the Executive Director for COLANDEF Land and Property Rights. COLANDEF, as we all know, has become the go-to organization for securing land rights for agricultural land users. This organization was founded 20 years ago under the name Community Land and Development Foundation. The reason for that name was that at the time, I was a young land professional who was so excited to provide solutions to some of the difficult land questions that people faced in Ghana. And the people I had encountered at that time were people based in the agricultural sector. And out of my youthful exuberance, I was eager to support such ones to find solutions to the challenges they had at the time. So I visited some of them in their communities, had discussions, provided information, and to a large extent led to some interesting commitments on my part towards them, even though I was doing that only informally. Then, after being in the land sector for some time, in the public sector for some time, I had a chance to be trained in the development practice, and I spent close to 10 years in development practice. So it was at that time that I got to know that it is possible to deliver support to people in the land sector and still doing it outside the public sector. So I became a trained development practitioner with expertise in land tenure, and that excitement led me to set up COLANDEF as an organization legally registered with the mandate to offer tailored support to the land users in the agricultural land sector. So I remember the first community we visited when we registered was in the Western region, one of the traditional areas, and it has become one of the key areas we continue to support. So all of those encounters were at the community level, and that's how come the name Community Land and Development Foundation was registered as the name for the organization. However, we operated from 2004 till about 2008, and we noticed from that 4-year period that the issue which drove us to set up the organization was beyond the community level, that it had a national policy angle, that it even had an international global discussion angle. And so from that time, we were not engaging only at the community level, but we also started engaging at the national level, working with public sector actors, working with international development partners, working with traditional leaders, working with private sector, and so on and so on. Interestingly, around that time, with the expansion of our engagement with the international partners, it became often the case that we would have some questions around the name. Oh, okay, so you are a grassroots organization, right? No, we are not. Oh, so you are a foundation, right? No, we are not. We are actually an organization, an NGO, not for profit, working to secure land tenure for smallholder farmers, linking action at the local level with the policy level. Oh, okay. So we began looking at the name and how the name was informing our partners about who we are and what we do. So that led to a rethinking of how we would define ourselves and brand the organization. Eventually, we came to the point where we saw that, okay, so Community Land and Development Foundation really did not portray exactly what we do, who we were. And so we were re-registered as COLANDEF Land and Property Rights. At the time when we registered as Community Land and Development Foundation, the acronym COLANDEF was used informally because we didn't have to go through all the process of Community Land and Development Foundation. No. So COLANDEF was used as an acronym for what we do. But now we re-registered, and so COLANDEF became the legal registration and not just an acronym. So that is how come today we are called COLANDEF under a new registration, COLANDEF Land and Property Rights, and not Community Land and Development Foundation. So that is about the establishment, the structure, the legal registration, and so on. At the time, I was working, doing everything. I always say that I was a driver, I was a secretary, I was a manager, I was a facilitator, I was everything. And I'll put things together, just drop it in my bag, drive off to an area where I'm going to do engagements. Initially, we were doing this on a small scale in specific traditional areas with limited number of people in the group and doing the sensitization and awareness raising. But today, as you all know, it has become bigger than that. And thanks to all our partners, we are today what we are, COLANDEF Land and Property Rights, an organization that is serving the needs and interests of different stakeholders in the land sector.